I already did the recording, so I'm pretty sure we'll be all right this week. And sorry for everyone who watches the video. Last week we have an OBS problem, so I didn't realize my mic wasn't linked. So, welcome back to a series of Wonders events. I'm your humble DM Robin. Joining us today by, let's start from the beginning. Stefan, our human sorcerer Riveni. And Nathan, play as Viking, our Asthma Paladin. Kat, play as Tolly, our Wood Elf Rogue. And our new members, Farco, play as yours, or, Dragon Slayer. And Justin, play as Sentinel, the Warforged, fighter. Yeah, so previously, because my voice was muted, was lost in link. So I'll just explain everything to everyone. So last week, the group kind of encountered underground a horde of dragon cultists mixed with the lizard folks who are apparently under their command to ambush the group. The group fought valiantly, and in doing so, they defeated a whole bunch of new ones, and finally kind of disrupt the ritual that's seemingly gonna drain the life. Okay, yeah, you are right. I forgot to shift my camera, that is correct. Yes. All right.
It's a very nice ceiling, though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Staring
nice
at the
closet.
ceiling. That's
things
your
that I
DM
strive
for
for.
the night. Yes.
Yep.
That's your DM for the night. All right. So, the group interrupted the ritual in order to, save their family members. Well, Telly's family and their friend, 9. So, after doing that, they kind of regroup for a little bit. However, because the ritual was interrupted, so it seems like something has broken free out of the bindings of this ritual or whatever. And also during the process of breaking the ritual, Viking has a horrifying vision of his now soon to become nemesis Velen, the fallen knight of Torm, who seemingly is also growing in strength, and kind of challenge him through the vision to compete who becomes the heir of Merkel. And it seems like the fight will be a fight to the death. But that's so far in the future. We'll just talk about what's happening now. Currently, the group just stares down at the broken hexagon, and everything else is shaking. The whole foundation of this maze is kind of in a unstable state. You see giant boulders ceiling starting to crack. Not giant boulders falling yet, but you can feel like if you linger too long, this whole building might have crushed down onto you guys. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna sort of help Althea and Lavinia and Nine sort of get to their feet as quick as I can. Sort of saying, let's say the explanations for later. We got we should get out of here before rocks fall on our heads.
Yeah, Nine was talking when you guys rescued him, and you kind of described what happened. He was asking you guys, what have you guys done, when he heard the crackling sound, and he is now looking super worried.
This is not my fault.
Yeah, we ended that last session on this is not my fault. Yes. But Nine was just looking at all of you guys saying, I appreciate you guys saved me, but this is what can you guys just tell me, what have you done in order to save my life.
Well, they had you tied up in this weird ritual circle, and we just finished mowing down a bunch of lizard men that were working for them apparently, and now we just finished sort of untying you, and now something's free. I don't understand. Help me understand.
And he starts to look down at the hexagon you mentioned when you talk about freeing him from that. After a close examination, especially on the crack where Tully put her sword on the hexagon in order to break it, he was like, this is... Well, there's no point in saying this is not good, so I'm just gonna be straight with you guys. This whole thing is the foundation of our very own flying city. How should I put this? Think of this as a power source. I don't know if you guys ever know that word, but think of it as something that channels the energy in order to keep the city afloat. When you break, athletics.
I basically, before he continues talking, I just realized, hey, the ground is shaking.
Yeah, and starts
Rocks
flying.
might fall on our head. I pick him up while he's talking, and I say, danger.
All right. So he was surprised to see you. He wasn't fully aware of everyone else's present. So now he sees yours, the human with the gigantic sword, and a warforged who's now carrying him. He was like, so I see you made some new friends.
Yeah, it's a long story. We'll tell you all about it after we get out of the immediate danger. All right?
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Let's get out of here. Will be nice. Alethea is like looking after Lavinia, and she was like, I believe we should definitely get out of here. And after I get out of here, I will need to check on someone who knows about this. Because I don't know anything about it. And she kind of gives Nine a side look. All right, so you guys are heading out. Let's see. Cora, who's now standing. Which direction are you guys moving towards? That's the thing.
I was gonna sort of start dashing the way I came in, basically.
Oh, okay. As you dash forward, you see Cora on the side. Kind of still like just sorting out her whiskers and just yawning and like do a cat roll, just on the floor and just like, so you guys are done?
Yep, and we need to get out of here right now, and I'm gonna like move to like pick up Cora and just...
And she lets you pick her up onto your shoulder and just like, well, unfortunately, young miss, whatever, the way we came in is crushed. And she points you to the direction. You see the tunnel you guys came in. This whole area is entirely under boulder. As you guys see here, you heard the gigantic sound as it slams onto the floor.
Oh crap! Well, that's not good. Where are we supposed to go now?
Sentinel points to the left when we're in the hexagon room, like over here.
All right.
I'll head that way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Better than nothing.
So
I'm still fireman carrying this guy, by the way.
All right. Let's see.
And I'm helping Alethea and Lavinia, like they are not letting go.
All right. So anyone carrying a torch?
If it's pure dark, then
believe-
I'll do
Yeah.
light on my.
All right. So
the front of
there's
the-
still
I
pure
still
darkness.
I still have the
Yeah.
I still have the goggles, so I would
Mm-hmm.
still be using those.
Yeah. So only one who can't see will be Sentinel. All right.
Yeah.
But the athletics check does help, so you don't bump into anything. You got this self-aware sensor on the way. Oh no, we lost someone. All right.
It's just me. My
Okay.
browser's just having a seizure. It's fine.
All right. It's fine. So you guys like move on forward, I guess. Hold on. Let me just turn on the music. I totally forgot about it.
Da, 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 da. Really need the classic Star Trek battle music.
Mm-hmm.
That gets you in the mood.
Yeah, I know.
Or terrified, one or the other.
One way or the other. All right. So you guys enter this room where there's like 4 linked devices that you can't tell what it is, and on the far end there is a giant stone gate of sort. Like the 2 gates are closed shut, and the 2 devices the 4 devices seems like those are totally
Yeah, I
dead.
was gonna say those are still.
Yeah, those are totally dead. Sorry.
I kind of
didn't-
figured.
I didn't turn them into ashes. That's my fault. Yeah, so you guys see dead corpses on the floor as you see occultists and 2 of the shadow drakes collapse on the ground. They're lifeless corpses are just laying there. So judging by the energy blast on their body, you can tell it's probably from those doppelgangers you guys encountered before, which you soon decided to turn on afterwards.
We should throw the corpses into the bag of holding.
That wouldn't be small enough. You will have to spend some time in order to cut them, down to slice.
Yeah.
But
I
We don't
already
have
have my
time to
own
dispose of.
stockpile of corpses
yeah,
in the bag of holding.
no more corpses in my bag. All right,
There's
so
already enough corpses
yeah.
in the bag of holding. I didn't know that.
All right.
Apparently.
Yeah, I do have a dwarven head in the bag of holding right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's
What
probably
are like
squashed.
here and here?
All right, so as you guys move forward, what is the line of
Light.
formation?
I'm in the head.
I'm also probably with the front with this guy on my shoulder.
I'll be in the
Okay.
back.
And
Very
I'll be
Maybe just move them in a line for me, so I would know
What
who
about
is
all
doing
these?
what.
Yeah, 'cause
these-
I'll-
Thank you.
I'll be caboose with Lavinia and Althea.
Yeah. I'll just say 9 and the others will be, in a formation that's safely behind. So in doing so, that will be easier for you guys to manage whatsoever you guys are doing. Alright. So I see that would be the formation. So which direction are you guys headed? The 4 devices seems like there's sorry. Let me rephrase. You guys decide which direction you are going to visit first. So anyone gonna
Like
inspect
there's-
anything?
It's pretty much dark
I-
right here.
Yeah. So you are gonna.
can't-
So that's your
I-
first direction you're gonna visit.
I wanted to sort of try and inspect the devices if we have time to do that.
Okay. At this moment, you think that it's okay. The floor is still shaking, but it became slightly duller senses of shaking. The cracks are still opening up. Don't get me wrong, but it feels like the intensity is like dropping gradually as the time goes by. And so this direction, I assume, will be your first direction to investigate, right, Viking? All right.
Yep.
Then I'll deal with Viking's investigation first, and then we can talk about what's the remaining stuff or what Ravani found. in the direction, in the general area. So you came across a doorway kind of blocks your entrance, but you do just a normal like push, and the door just slides open. It's not even. It doesn't even have a lock in there. Inside there are bedrolls. There are like beds, like bunk beds, like on the ground, just in a row. And judging by all the, well, the bed and the fact that the cultists were here, you assume that they built themselves a nice and cozy place in order to, rest if they need it. So yeah, there are about 13 beds that you can accounted for. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go in because I see other doors.
Other doorways?
And I'm gonna
Yes.
immediately try
Alright.
this door here.
So, I will resolve Rivani's investigation first. Rivani, you come around. You don't need perception check to tell that these stuff, or investigate, or first-hand investigation to tell that this is magical, because no normal water would look like purple and orange, and like giving out sparks at the same time. So, on the orange, or the reddish orange part, the well is like a circle. Like when you look down at it, it looks like a well device. Inside of it, it looks like a swirling fire of sort. And you get closer, but you don't feel any heat coming off from the swirling circle of wells. The other part, the counterpart, looks like a purplish, like lightning, kind of water-ish lightning of sort. It's a mixture of like evaporated liquid and then turn into sparks of lightning. It also goes on and on, like in a constant rotation. So that's what you see. So what would you like to do?
Does it look like they have any connection to the door here?
Well, roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
While they're investigating, while she's doing that, Sentinel's gonna just use his wings, fly straight to the door, and try to kick it with the momentum of flying.
All right.
With an injured guy on your shoulder. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll lay him down first.
Yeah,
I'll
9 is like, wait! And then
I'll lay him down first, okay? That's a good thing you mentioned that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so...
You just like smush 9
Yeah.
onto the fucking door.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Alright, so let's resolve what Rivani saw. Rivani, you think that these two devices, along with the switch on the back, definitely indicates that this is the gate, well, the control of the gate. And then you saw Sentinel just charge directly towards the gate, and with a loud slam sound, you use yourself, right? Because as I recall, you said you're gonna charge.
Kick it while flying.
Yes,
Yeah, like
so
like
you're
a
still
fly.
using your body part.
Yeah.
All right. 10. That'll be.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah. Your foot hits on the gate, and with a loud, like a something hitting on a dawn or whatever. Yeah. The gate just won't budge, and you don't even leave a dent on the gate. Yeah, you just slam yourself, and ow, that hurts. Yeah, you don't take damage though, but you still feel a world of pain.
I'll call out to him. I'll call out to him to come back and sort of. Hold on, Sentinel. I think these device things have something to do with this door. I think we have to do something with them.
Okay.
Okay. I look at both of them. What role would I need to do to try to figure this out? Like history, like to see
That will
what these things
be
mean.
what that will depend on what you are trying to do. You're trying to see how to
So
solve
there's-
this.
There's a switch, right? So
There's
like
4 switch on each side, on top of each side of the well.
I just want to see if depleting them or making them equal will let the door open, or we're supposed to make sure it's to see if there's like any formula, any indication, like
On the wall
like,
or something nearby?
how previously like these jars have been filled, like there's a stain or something like that, to see
Okay.
if
Then
something
in
like
that case,
Yeah,
roll me
and-
investigation check.
While
Take
he's
the fun.
testing,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
while he's testing that, I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if anything changes while he's like fiddling with it.
Okay. So with that investigation and your fiddling, you notice that the switch on the right hand has recently been turned on, and the part on the equal side here has also been recently turned.
So I'll turn it off, and I'll turn the other one off.
All right. So you turn both sides off. You do that?
Wait. I just look at them and I gesture and like point to this one, and then point to this one, like say like it's new. They have been turned on recently.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go to the one at the sort of the south one, and I'll see what happens when I flip the switch.
All right. As you turn the switch off, you see the swirling fire just kind of like dull for a second, and then just turn back into a pond of like just normal water, as if the fire you saw was an illusion. However, as it's turned off, the adjacent side fire is also turned off. And then you see the gate. So at both sides, let me just link. So both sides are turned off at the same time. However, now you see the gate is sparkling with purplish light, a purplish lightning across the entirety of the gate.
I'll tell Sandal. Okay. Hey. Go flip that other switch. I think that'll turn off the. I think that'll make the lightning disappear.
He nods and flips the switch.
All right. So as he flips on the switch, which turns off both sides. Hold on. Let me just use. Sorry. The freehand painting. It's really hard. All right. So as you turn off these two, to your surprises, well, the lightning does go off. However, the fire, the fire well looks like it's been turned back on. So you see now the gateway is now surrounded with burning flames with no heat, but with burning flames. Yes. Oh, sorry. It's on GM level. Come on, turn back. Yes. Token. Nice.
I don't think that solved it.
Tally's gonna pipe up. Okay, well, I mean, it almost worked. Maybe try again the other way around. You
All right.
activating the purple, turn
yeah.
on the fire, but you turn them off. So
As
Okay,
you
sure.
guys are doing that, Viking, you investigate the second doorway, right?
Yep.
So you
Oh, yeah, also-
are on your own. Yours? What are you doing? You are also following Viking?
For my equipment.
Okay. So you look around the area. So I would say you guys are currently hearing less and less of the crackling sound. So the entirety of the maze seems to be held together by some sort of a force. As the crack ends at the near top of all of you guys, yeah, you're now at least what you feel like is easier to investigate at the surrounding. So with yours, roll me an investigation check. All right, and 40 from Vikings lay on hand. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But before, we need to resolve Viking situation. So, Viking, you now see. Oops. You now see this as you push through the door. The small altar of sort. There is a like wooden carved like altar with reddish paint all over it, and on top of it you see like a book, like that sort of book that kind of reminds you of a book you once had. Roll me an intelligence check to see if you can remember which book it is. Alright.
20.
Yep. You definitely recall it. It is the similar book of, the book you once found in the dragon cultist cell. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Hey, it's over here on the altar, right?
Yeah, it just
I'm
lays
like,
there.
That's the really evil one that,
Yeah.
it's just all kinds of hell, right?
All kinds of spooky, yes.
I like tip the altar over a little bit and just like, I don't want to touch it, but I'm gonna try and aim for the bag of holding.
Alright,
Just
so
to kind of into
yeah.
the bag of holding.
Okay, nice. You don't need any checks in order to do that. The altar is surprisingly light. Maybe it has something to do with the fact it's made by wood. So you just gently tilt it over, and the book just slides into your bag of holding, like nothing. Yeah, and you look around. You not only see the altar right now, you also see a large, benches on the side, and a wooden table on the far end. Most important of all, you see this reddish crystal where you guys once saw early before, where the one Rivani warned you guys its property may be due to the fact it's being created by blood magic, and if you touch it, something bad might happen. This one is also shattered, like the other one before, and yeah.
Okay. What's down this way?
You don't know. Care to check it out?
Oh, is it a door or something, or it just kind of
is
there? Oh, okay. I'm like, fucking crystal bullshit magic. Oh, so I'm gonna push through.
The other side.
Yeah, I'll push through this door.
Alright. So we'll resolve that soon, as yours is currently rummaging through, the bunk beds. You don't see anything near the bed or the corpses. You do found a couple of short swords that was held by the in total sum you found 2 short swords that was being used by the cultist.
Wouldn't I still know where my items are? Because I detected them earlier.
Yeah. If you want to know, you did have a sense of feeling where it might be, but
I mean,
if you want to relocate it, because it's kind of wonky before, so if you want to relocate it, maybe cast another locate object in order to see where it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother shuffling through beds and stuff. I know where my things are.
Okay, then
I know where they are.
Yeah, then just cast cast wherever you want to cast. I would say that will be locate object. Yes.
Second level slot. That's one down.
Yeah, and
You were on death's door, and yet
you were at
death's
death.
door.
Like the man
What
is
the
hell
shit?
bent in searching for his item. Yes.
I was not playing that time.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't think you
You know
have
what?
plate armor because
That's
we're,
it, like the
we're
real Yor shows
starting
up in full
equipment.
plate armor with all his gear, and he just kills this doppelganger. That'd make it so much easier.
Yeah, right. Everyone would love that, but no. I would say you don't. You would have normal, like,
So,
the normal starting equipment like what Viking had. That would be more reasonable. Uh, oh my god. Alright. So, you cast the locate object spell, and you notice that your belongings seems to be somewhere near this general area. The room is dark. With the locate object, you sense the direction of it, and you feel like where Viking is heading, it might be the correct direction to go to. Yeah, this area. Can you see it?
yeah, can I get there? Is there like a door at the end of the hall?
Yeah, there. You want to go this direction or go with Viking? I mean,
Well,
it's
if
up
I
to
can
you.
already went there, I might as well explore more. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. So you want to investigate the end of the tunnel?
Yep.
All right. So, with you investigating the end of the tunnel, you found, well, more gateways. You found 2 other doors on both sides, leading to different location. Well, at least that's what you thought. All right.
Maybe I'll go to this one at the moment.
So at the bottom one? Okay. So as
Can you describe
you as you try to push open the bottom floor, it's stuck.
Oh, it's stuck.
Yes. It just wouldn't budge.
Try kicking it.
All right. Roll for athletics.
Let me stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
First.
By the way, the door is made out of stone, like the structure. The
Doesn't
you guys,
matter.
your teammates were facing. This one is gonna hurt. So, with the momentum you gathered from all your might, you managed to charge. However, the slippery, there must be someone dropping water or whatever on the floor. You slipped, and you face planted into the door, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
I believe it's classified as stupidity damage
Yes.
when it's a 1.
The
There is no resistance
The door is a
to
mimic.
your ego.
Yeah. If I were a
damage
harsh
done to your
DM,
ego.
that would be a mimic devouring your face. But no, yes, the door is not a mimic. Though I would
will
wish, but no.
myself
Yeah,
up.
it's not a mimic. So you face planted yourself onto the door.
I
Taking
hope
2 points
nobody
of
saw that.
Yep.
I will turn around,
Yeah.
away from this door, turn
Mhm.
back for a second, flip it off, and then go back to this other door.
Yeah, so
Is this
to
locked?
the other one? Alright, the other one is not locked as well. Well, it's not locked. It's like the wooden doors you guys encountered before. So you push through with ease, and you murmured, I hope nobody saw that. Yeah, and yeah, now you found yourself in a tiny, like, kind of room. You imagine this might be where the cultists relax, because on the table where there's 4 seats, you can still see playing cards. It's a famous card called Magic the Gathering on the table. Sorry, copyright infringement. Don't come for me. But yeah, it's just like cards on the table. You see dice. You see beer on the table as well, and you see on the far end there's a small shrine, like a really really small shrine, and there's a dragon on top of it. That depicts, well, Tiamat.
Okay.
You would know, because of your background. You did
Okay.
detailed study on the dragons and their, well, god or goddess, if you might add. So you definitely know this is a statue of Tiamat, and its 5 head is looking like. It's looking rather deck of many things. Yeah, you'd wish, but no, it's not a deck of many things. Yeah.
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 I'll,
I
So-
took all the cards.
Yeah, yours.
And-
As you walk around, you can
take
get
a
the
piss
sense
on
of
the ground,
feeling that
go down.
yeah. As you walk around, you can get the sense of feeling that the small statue of Tiamat, its eyes, it seems like it's watching your every move. It feels like it.
Yeah. Okay. So I entered the room
Mhm.
and I go over and just flip this table over. You know,
All right. You flip it
Uh,
over.
walk to
Alright.
the shrine. You know, unzip my pants, take a piss on it, leave, go down to the bottom. What's down here?
Wait, you leave
Just
something.
desecrated.
All right.
Wait, you're wearing pants?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You were naked this whole time. No, he wore a pant. He just shirtless. All right. Don't.
Or rag.
Yeah.
Call it Zane.
Yeah, Zing. All right, so you go downwards. We will leave the investigation till later. Right now, as Ravani and the others are trying really hard to solve this puzzle, so Tali, are you the one turning off the switch?
I'm gonna get Ravani and Sentinel to undo what they did, and then tell them to do it the
Alright.
opposite.
So, they undo what they did, and
Yeah.
each of the wells flip back into light, and they do the opposite order, and this time,
The
Yeah.
Sentinel first, then Ravani.
yeah, they did it on the opposite order. So, the door is now flickering with purplish lightning as you undo the sequence.
I look at the door, look at everyone else. I gesture for Ravani to turn on the switch, and I turn mine on as well. And then I point to the switch downward, and I put up 3 fingers. So in like 3, 2, 1, and then close my fist, and then I'm about to repeat to do it again. So basically, I'm saying do it at the same time.
All right, nice. So,
Okay, yeah. I'll,
3, 2, 1. As you both turn off the switch, the wells both flickers, and you see miraculously, the purplish well just switch side with, on Sentinel side. It just switched side with the fiery well, and the door, as it was covered with fire and lightning before, it is now completely out of any effect. And as you switch it off, in the same time, you can hear a loud burst on the front of the door as you see the door is now smashed into half, and burst in were 4 figures that charges in from
oh, no.
from the broken gate. And hold on. Yeah, that charges in from the broken gate. You guys panicked for a second, and then you realize you just saw what you just saw. You saw a bunch of your friends appeared right in front of you, as led by the fearless Frederick. In the front, you see Frederick. You see 9, and you see someone you hasn't seen for a really long time. That is Bree. And accompanied by them is a guy in dressed as a priest figure, with burning light on his palm, and he kind of retrieved the light back to his hand, and he looks at you guys and just like, whatever you guys did really helped a lot. Thanks. And Frederick just looks at you guys as "Mo amigos!" No, just that's kidding. Ignore that. So, friends, welcome back. You wouldn't you wouldn't imagine what I've gone through. I mean, there's just fire. They're just burning traps. You know, oh man, the stairs down here is like crazy, and
Crazy.
yeah. And I also find, well, someone who claimed they know you. So, girl,
Hello, Bree. Hello,
yeah,
darling.
Bree just
It's
like,
good to see you.
Frederick.
it's
Oh my god, I miss you guys. I just sort of rush in
Yeah.
to give both of them a big hug.
all right. So Bree kind of gently hug you back, as Frederick just like, yeah, it's alright. It's like, oh, cool, yeah, yeah. So Bree just kind of tells you guys saying, so everyone okay? I mean, I don't see, I don't see Viking. Well, not that I really wanted to see him, but is he okay?
I'm starting to look at the corridor like,
Yeah.
We're doing okay. Viking and one of our other friends went down to look for some stuff, but we really need to find a way out of here because something just got loose from this place, and the city is in serious mega danger right now.
Tell me about it. And then she looks towards the priest figure on the back and says, "Well, let me introduce you guys. So, this is the bishop, our dearest Bishop Lorenzo, and on the side it's like this. Well, that's Father Dwayne. You guys might not know him, but yeah, I mean." And then Father Dwayne just on the side says, "You know, they were in my place." And Bree was like, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing." Father Dwayne just walks towards you. You see his figure covered in like hooded, kind of like headbands of sort, and it covers both of his blind eyes, and he looks at you. His face turned directly towards all of you, as if he didn't need any visual, and just he can just depict where you guys are. And yeah, oh shit. Yeah, so yeah, the rain, terrifying. But let's get back to the game. So Father Dwayne just continues saying, "All right. So we just came down from the top. We sense a great disturbance in our defense system." And he turns around to Bishop Lorenzo and just says, "I believe this is your territory to explain." Lorenzo just walks forward towards you guys and says, "Well, I was kind of worried when Viking shared his information with me, telling that something is down in the sewers. Because it's this part, it should be covered. It should be underneath the sewers. Should be completely sealed off from any means of entrance. If it's not an arcane one. This great infrastructure was a method, a powerful magic effect created by our great spellcasters in order to protect and ward a large area of numerous powerful enchantments. So that is why we are concerned, because this not only protects the defense of our great city, but also it covers the basic function of sustaining the city afloat. So if anything would have gone wrong with all of this, the damage would be let's just say immense." And Lorenzo just looks at all of you guys and says, I see you get your friends back, I assume. At least that's what Viking told me when he's getting down here to reunite with you guys."
Oh yeah, we managed to free them from this ritual circle thing, but we think it may have also had something to do with releasing what was in here. I'm not entirely sure I'm not 100% sure what's happening right now, but but this place is kind of unstable right now. So if
well,
we if
the I don't know if which direction you guys came from, but if you ever been to the center area, there should be a statue depicts a crystal dragon in the front, and along with it should be a bunch of guardians that's standing guard near it. Those constructs were designed in the first era in order to protect the centerpiece of the mythal. The dragon statue itself was the power source. So if everything seems alright, if everything would be alright there, then everything should be fine. But you were saying something was summoned? Do you know what it is?
all we heard was some big thing breaking out of some sort of containment, and
And the
he
summoners were the cult of the dragon, so the bets on it being a small fluffy bunny are probably not good.
Just give me a second. And then he seems to be casting something, because from his like wooden staff you see a immense light coming out from it. It almost blinded you for a second, but the light is so warm it feels like so relaxing. And then he retrieves the light, and you see him kind of muttering, but this doesn't feel like when the city was built, when this mythal was built, we leverage it from Saloon, the Moon Maidens followers, and we kind of coexist with them to build this great city. But I think many of you has heard the tale of monstrosities invading the city. That is because the place was also in the sight of the Dragon Queen, and she wanted it for a reason we do not know. Thus, the fight that has been like we have been under siege, to be fair, ever since. And the weird thing is, I don't think if it's the Dragon Queen, she would have given out a really distinctive aura that's unable to hide in any sight. Especially someone with an entity such as her entered this realm, it will be far too powerful to ignore. But for now, I don't sense anything. Fiend. So I do not know what might have come out of the portal, but since it's a dragon cult, it's definitely something related to dragons.
yeah, that's probably a good assumption.
Yeah. Just
Luckily,
it's not her. Anything else we can try to fend off. As you see, the mythal, when it was designed, it's designed in the intent to block any unwanted guests. So any dragons, no matter they're good or evil, and Lorenzo kind of looks at Bree and just continues saying, their powers will be prohibited, and they wouldn't have the power to transform themselves into their original form, which would cause more damage. So no matter what it is, I think it has taken at least human form, or humanoid form. Yeah. Yeah, as you guys are having the conversation, turning back to Viking, you try to open the door. It feels like something's blocking the path. It's not like the door is like locked or anything. It just feels like something behind the door has blocked the path. So causing
give
you
in it?
unable to. Yeah. You want to give
Is
it
there
a
any
shove?
give? Like I could force my way through it?
You can try.
Sure.
Because you can't tell what it is behind it. So.
Yeah, but like a door, if it's pinned, you can. If
Yeah,
it
you can
opens a
see
little
through
bit,
the cracks.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit of give.
Yeah,
You might be able to open it.
Yeah, as you push slightly open, you definitely see there's a smaller boulder on the back end of the door that's causing the door to be jammed. So with your athletics check, you easily push it to a pathway that's enough for you to walk through it, because the boulder is not covering the entire hall, and like I said, the hall is like high enough, like up to 20 to 30 feet, in order for, you think that the Dragon Calls built this, well, not build us, more like craft this room, because this room seems like the design itself seems somewhat being designed afterwards. So as you push it aside and move forward, you would easily jump over the boulder and enter the side of this room. So the room itself is quite empty, actually. You found mostly just one bed on the far end, and there is a like kind of a block in order to block unwanted sight. So what do? There is a small table with notes and books on the shelves, and on the side there is a backpack, just lying on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and now that I see all that, I'm gonna take a quick peek at the notes and see if it discerns who. This is a room off by itself. I'm guessing it was probably someone important.
Yep. So you look down to the notes. As you look down deep in the notes, you gather from pages that it is written by one Kilian Graves, a self-claimed leader to be one cell of the cult of the dragons that particularly worship this figure they call Shadow of the Corrosion, or in short, the cell is called the Blackwings. So you see letters and sentences back and forth, because in the notes there are a few letters among it, and you can see back and forth with him and someone named Vor, with intense details depicting that mostly it was originally like the original few pages. It feels like just academic studies, like two wizards probably sharing notes. Near the back ends, they were talking about this Etherborn project, like something of an immense energy that can be imbued into a body that, that kind of infuse one's soul into it. And then later on, you can tell that they were talking about infusing it with Vor's deceased son into the body. And there are a couple of experiment notes which you don't fully understand, but it feels like they have lost. Well, they have the trial. Well, the experiment has like failed for a couple of times, and then eventually to the 9th experiments, they kind of succeeded. Successfully transfer Vor's deceased son, his soul, into the new body. But something went wrong, and then that's the end of the note. And then on a few pages over, you see this written, a detailed research about how to utilize ether, the energy within Etherborn, to channel it and alter the mythal energy force in order to, use it as a conduit to summon something from the other side. Yep. That's the end of it. Yep. And at the end of it,
sounds familiar,
yeah.
Right? The name. And I'm like,
yeah,
two
Vor
and two
sounds
together
familiar.
here.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab all those notes and like roll them up into one, and then throw it in the bag of holding.
All right. As you try to roll them up into one, you found this page at the bottom of the book of the note, kind of falls out, and on top of it, you see this disturbing, image. Sorry, let me just put it right. That feels like. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you see this disturbing image as you flip through. It feels exactly identical to the ones you and your traveling parties found before. Well, at least the style is the same. Yeah. Those are the.
I mumble under my breath. I'm like, dude, you got some fucked up erotic fiction there.
Yeah.
And like, I throw it in the bag of holding with the rest.
Yeah. This one is not like the other ones before. The other ones, you are fully aware that just by looking at them might give you psychotic, trauma or whatever. But this one doesn't. It just looks disturbing. And then you put it into your bag of holding. Remember to mark that into your bag of holding.
So what do you want me to call that?
Disturbing figure. Well, disturbing drawings. Number 3.
Drawing number 3. And then cultist notes?
Yeah, cultist notes.
Notes.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at the bag as well.
Okay. You take a look at the bag on the ground. The traveling satch is empty. However, you do find, most of it was empty. Like, you can definitely tell that part of it has a, mark that appears like something has been there for a long time. It looks cylinder-ish. And then on the side, as you pat it down, you found 2 potion of greater healing. Yeah.
I throw it in the bag of holding.
Yeah. All right. Beyond that, there's nothing else.
And I'm going to. Is this like a feather bed?
Yeah, sort of.
I cut the fucking bed in half with my sword. I like
roll
rip
for an
open the
attack.
mattress and just,
Roll
like,
for an attack.
throw
Just
it
for
everywhere.
giggles. Yeah, I know.
With semi-sealed bait.
All right. You slice it into perfect half. Yeah. Just like equal half, and both sides just and just land to the floor. Yep.
Okay. Is
Alright.
there anything else that I notice other than the books and whatnot?
Roll me a further investigation check. Nope.
A 9.
You don't find anything else.
Okay, then I seen this. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm sticking with the first door on the left is my theory right now. As I go in, or sorry, on the right, as my character would be entering.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my search pattern.
All right. So, moving to yours. You look down at the bottom of the gate. Like I said, it was you kind of did the unthinkable to the statue. The statue didn't bite you something off, but yeah, you just did the unthinkable. And the statue, it feels like the statue has been giving you this dirty look. And then you move down.
I really care about the statue. I'm like, what a fucking statue.
Yeah, and then you move down to the far end of the gate. Do you try to open it?
There's a gate here.
Yes.
Like what type of gate? Like a portcullis?
It's more like a stone mixed with iron barred within gate. It's
So
kind of
do
a
I put
weird
this-
structure, as the gate itself is like there's a center part that's completely sealed with iron, and you can see small ruins carved on top of it. Yeah. I can show you a further image.
Is my stuff in through there?
You feel like the direction is somewhere. Right now, it feels like somewhere here.
Where?
Let me just point it to you somewhere near the opposite side of the room.
I can't get through this gate, right?
Well, you haven't tried yet. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll push it open.
Alright.
No.
You try to push it, it won't budge.
There's no handles. Just
No,
this room thing.
there's just a gigantic door. Yeah. It's like a two-piece. Like, you can push one side open. However, the bar, well, the iron bar in the center kind of prohibits you from doing that. Prohibits you from doing that.
Bar off or anything.
Yeah, you can. You can definitely try.
Okay. Just like gently. I'm not trying
Alright.
to strain myself.
Alright. So roll me an athletics check in order to lift the bar.
I just want to see if it could move, but yeah, sure.
It definitely moves a little bit.
So yeah, I'll lift it off.
Alright. So give it another try.
I mean, you can just keep rolling athletic checks.
Yeah, so like after about 2 rounds of push, you just feel like the bar is kind of heavy. Especially like when you lift it and at first you lift about like 5-inch up, and it was easy.
Oh, that's substantial for lifting one.
Yeah, but after 5-inch, it was still like there must be some kind of mechanism that bolts the other side of the you can lift one side up, but the other side is bolted heavily into the other. So you need to push the bar entirely overhead in order to make it open. However, after 5-inch, you feel like it suddenly gets heavier, and then that's where you're stuck.
I'll just be like, whatever. Move into this room. What is here?
All right, so you just saw as lights is still on you. Let's just keep it that way. You're still having light on you, so you see a shrine, an altar in the front, with benches on the side. It feels like a place for for sermon, for service. Yeah, like just somewhere someone would preach something towards the others. Yep. So you assume this is where the cultists gathered.
Damn cultists. This is.
Yeah. And on the side, the only thing that feels interesting is the the shattered blood crystal pieces on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
So moving into this room, Vikings here.
Yeah, as you try to push it, you notice that the path has already been opened. So you come through the small gap with ease, and you jump across the boulder, and you just saw a Viking is currently trying to push open the door.
Alright, I'll acknowledge him. I'll point to the door at the moment. I'm pretty sure my things aren't there.
Yeah, the door, the feeling you get from your stuff is on the small door on the opposite side, actually.
Right, so see if it opens.
Alright, so the small door, as you try to push it, there is a small lock on top of it.
Does it look breakable?
It sure does.
I will break it.
Alright, roll for attacks. Roll for
Alright. Just.
Alright. So the first attack will be enough. The second attack, actually, as you swing across the room, you actually kind of breaks some part of the fan, and in doing so, a wooden spike kind of hits you on the side, dealing 1 damage.
Oh!
Yeah, it's just some
I
stuff
look back
flying
and I'm
midair.
like, dude,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So you break the lock nonetheless, but you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Splinter.
Yeah, wooden splinters. It means nothing to you. You're a strong warrior. Walking
And
out.
I look over and I'm like, for the record, I've managed to unlock doors with my lockpicking tools from this distance. And was
Yes.
completely successful. Just throwing that out there. You don't need to kill yourself.
I don't have lockpick tools on me right now. That's
I
kind of
do.
why I'm trying to get down here.
All right.
It will take you some time to cross the room, You can relax.
All right.
Sometimes
So
I gotta get the door for you,
yeah. So as you walk down to the room, it feels like a storage unit, as there are a lot of food crates, a lot of wooden barrels that it feels like wine cellar or something. Feels like wine barrels or something. And amongst the mist, there are large crates in the middle, and you see among them, your backpack is on top of it, and along with some of your equipments. Yeah. Well, like the rest of your equipments. Yes. But you don't get plate armor. You get a chainmail. That's it.
Okay. Any other cool stuff? Like
Yeah.
free armor?
So roll me an investigation check to see if there's any other cool stuff you would like to find.
What is Viking wearing? He's wearing chainmail too?
Yes. That's usually where you start with.
Oh, I thought he might upgrade it or something. So he's still wearing
we just got enough gold to really do those kind of upgrades. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah. So with your investigation, you found a large, crate, and when you open it, there are, roll me a 1d100, please.
D100. There are 100 pieces of plate armor.
You'd wish.
Yes.
No. You find 800 gold pieces on one side of the the crate. Yeah.
100 gold pieces.
No,
on
800
side.
gold pieces.
800. Holy moly! What?
Yeah, the crate is like half filled with gold pieces. Yeah.
I was like, yell out to Viking, "Hey, we got some gold down here."
All right. I would say Viking, you definitely hear that.
I come over and I poke my head in. I'm like, did someone say gold?
I'll like lift.
Yeah. The crate is. You see from the ajar door, the crate is like half filled with gold pieces.
Sparkling.
Yeah, sparkling underneath your light. Yeah.
Looks like these cultists were good for something at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll fill up the bag of holding with the gold if you don't really have anywhere to hold it yourself.
Yeah. I would say.
Any luck at finding your gear?
Yeah. He already got his gear back. But in chainmail. Don't like me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how much was it?
800 gold pieces.
You okay with throwing it in the party funds?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's not much use for gold if we can't even get out here without it.
Chainmail is. You should have an armor class of 18. What is the extra one coming from?
Fighting style.
Wait, what?
Defense.
Spells?
Fighting style. Fighting style.
Fighting
Defense,
style.
fighting
Okay.
style.
No,
You use
chainmail is 16.
Yeah, 16 plus 2.
Plus 2.
That's 18. But with your fighting style, what is your fighting style?
Defense plus 1 AC, 1 more and 1 more.
Okay. Please remember to add that to your character sheet so I can tell.
It's on my character sheet. Here, let me show you.
It was not on before. I know. Because I just saw you open it up and added it. So, just please remember to put all your stuff in your character sheet because I will need to check sometimes in order to,
What I do in the item list is like plus 1 AC from feet. And then you can actually do AC:1 and it'll add it to your AC score.
Yeah.
It's like a manual floating item.
It'll be better. All right. So as you guys are doing the research, the team members now are gathered together. Learned the story of how this been built, how this whole entire area has been currently under threat, and what would you guys like to do?
I'll sort of mention that we had a way that we used to come in here, but now it's caved in. So now we need to find another way another path that takes us out of here.
That would sure be the case. Well, I guess we can go through our entrance, I think. But the thing is, I would very much like to check on what is currently happening with the Nexus. Well, the center of the Mythal. If you don't mind. I can catch up with you guys later if you guys are in a hurry. Lorenzo just continues saying, whatever the thing came out, it's not good. It's by far anything good. So if we want to keep the city afloat and not like drop down and kill everyone else, I would need to do that. So by the way, where is Viking? And he looks around and just like
I don't know. He went off somewhere. I'll try to find him. And
he kept mentioning this leash. Yeah. Maybe something to think about on himself. So
probably a good idea. And then Tyler's gonna and Pat for the bell. Where's the
yeah
calling back in?
Yeah.
Please.
But anyway, Lorenzo just continues saying, I have every faith in you guys to get out of here alive. I mean, but you guys looked like you would needed help. I mean, maybe you guys can regroup and I can lift you from your pain, which you guys are currently at. I mean, you guys seem battered. I assume you must been through a long fight. And he starts in the corner and sees a floor of bodies just lies there and just like, yeah, you guys.
Oh, you're not kidding. You think it's bad down here? The palace upstairs is overrun by doppelgangers right now.
That would explain it. You see his face suddenly turn from kind of shock to enlightenment. It's like, so that's why.
I think they were. I think the doppelgangers. It seems like the doppelgangers and the cultists were sort of working together for a bit. I think that might be part of the. I think that might have been part of the cultists' plan. Now that I think about it, actually.
Okay. He kind of thinks for a moment and then says, we haven't seen doppelgangers for a long time. Mostly due to the fact that the city has a defense mechanism that would forbid anyone shape-shifting inside the city, mainly to protect everyone's safety. That's why we are not really well loved among the doppelgangers, because they will have to show their true form. But now it feels like that would have explains why the Black Feather families were acting so weird lately. I mean, they didn't attend to the royal meetings. They didn't attend to the council, and now this. I was told that one of you, well, at least two of you are royal blood. And he looks at the elves in the group and just like.
Well, that would definitely be the elves.
Yeah, no doubt. And he looks at you guys and says, "Oh, if my instinct serves me right, I don't think. I think everyone else. Well, let's just put it lightly. You guys might have to take on the mantles of your family, especially in this time of need. And that is why I would need you guys to accompany me, as well, to the statue at least."
Tali's just gonna nod and she's focused on Alethea.
Yeah.
That's
Alethea just looks
bad dumping news on her.
Yeah, Alethea just looks pale at this moment. She was unaware of all this. Like, she just like, oh no, this can't happen. I mean, how could this happen? I mean, I was just, and then she just like sits on the ground like lifeless, like gaze to the floor and just like sits there, speechless.
I'm just gonna sit next to her and just lean and just kind of hold until she.
Yeah. And it took her a while to, gather her strength to speak again. And then she kind of just like, so, what can I do? What should I do? Well, Lorenzo just kind of like feeling harsh. You can tell that he's feeling harsh of dumping this onto you guys. But he continues saying, this will be, you will have to, you two will have to help me activate the defense mechanism of the method. So if we are able to switch it back to normal, make it act normally, then we would have much more defense against all the pests that was like currently running in our house.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And then Lorenzo just looks at both of you and says, well, in that case we should get going. Yeah. And then Alethea just like stands up and starting to follow him across. Right. So let's you guys turn. Bree is gonna stay and talk to Ravani for a while, and in doing so, she was just like basically asking Ravani how was her trip, did she see anything new, and how is everyone else during this process, and so on and so forth.
I basically sort of catch up with her, like, oh, you would not believe all the stuff that's been happening to us ever since we got here, like stuff like that, and
with
like
Viking around, I would.
Like,
she just kind of looks at you and just like chuckles for a bit, and then she just looks at you and says, I can tell that you still safekeep, the pendant. I gave it to you.
Yeah, I did, and I do sort of take it out to show it to her, and assuming no one else is in earshot, I also sort of lean in, talking like a hushed tone, sort of saying like, Frederick also told me a little interesting detail about you, little Miss Dragon Lady.
She just gives you this wink, and then just like, hush back and says, "Let's keep it between us." Yeah. She just nods and says, "Well, my family members were one of the founding members of the city, and that is why we live here ever since. In fact, the Nexus, the crystal dragon statue you guys saw before, well, it was one of our greatest ancestors, and she sacrificed her life in order to, keep the city afloat. So she just kind of wink, she just kind of shrink, that is why I would love a great story. She used to travel with the Gemini sovereigns, and they've been traveling buddies ever since. You can see that even the bishop, even Father Dwayne, they are also been serving under their ranks for quite some time. Yeah. So I guess that's why it keeps pulling me back.
Well, in any case, I'm glad you and the others are here. Hopefully it's not too late to salvage something out of this whole mess.
9 just walked towards you and says, I'd wish something to be done over soon. Look at me, I'm in a mess. And he just points at himself. You can tell that because of the ritual that was partially done to him, a few parts of his body has been falling. Like I said, their body parts would crumble into dust by time. But now he looks like he lost weight overnight. You can tell that his body parts just gradually falls off from his body. Visual, you can tell that just by the eyes. Yeah, he's not looking
well
good.
Yeah, you look in pretty bad shape there, buddy.
Yeah, so we should get this over with soon. And also I would like to find my own stuff as well. I don't want to be defenseless again. And he looks around and just maybe we can just find wherever they're at, and Viking and the others. And he looks at Lavinia and Alethea and just you I don't worry about. He said to Alethea and says, "You're with the bishop, so you're in good hands. You, on the other hand, care to join me?" Lavinia just turns around and says, "Well, sure, let's do it." And they move on to investigate the rest of the room. They still have short swords taken from the cultists beforehand, and then they are now inspecting the whole area in order to find their gear. All right, so that's what they're gonna do. Father Dwayne is gonna sit still and stand guard on this side and says, "I'll be on the watch in case our exit gets flanked." Yeah. So they're gonna stay with you, Ravani. The others two are gonna investigate their gears. So, Tully, what are you doing right now?
I'm gonna stick close to Alethea.
All right. So I would say you accompany her in order to go to the statue to investigate what is really happening. All right. The party has been split. More and more. Yes.
Again, hooray.
Again, hooray. All right. So, moving back to Viking and yours. You guys found in the crates, like I said, your gears. You found your gears. And you found a whole bunch of other gears just lying around, but you don't recognize any of them.
Is this a hole in the ground?
No, it's a crate.
Oh, that Blackwings crate. I didn't know if it was a grate or something.
Mm-hmm. It's a larger crate, carved in black iron and sealed tight. Maybe it's a slave cage. Yeah.
Is this a door down to the south?
Yeah, it is.
I'll try and open it.
All right. So, well, sorry. There's no door. I lied. There's no door. As you walk directly downwards, you see more wider area, and this feels like another storage unit. However, as you walk through it, I would like you to make a dexterity check.
Check or save?
Save. Sorry. Save.
I'm a fucking ninja.
Yeah,
24.
you use your shield as a surfing board. You just toss it on the ground, leap onto it, and surf through as the spike on the floor just kind of stretching out and trying to, because of the pressure trying to spike onto you. You feel nothing. Just glide through it.
Holy shit, watch out for those spikes.
Yeah.
Where does that land me, by the way?
Lands
Like
you about
here?
right here.
Okay, well then I'll move my character there.
Yep.
Do I see anything in the room here?
You found another iron steel tight crate, sorry. And then the other wooden crates on the side. And then there's a staircase leading God knows where.
I'm gonna start looking through the crates.
All right.
Specifically the steel one.
All right.
Makes me curious.
Make me an investigation check. Oh, the iron sealed one. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, investigation definitely needed. Second of all, roll me a strength check. Just a pure strength check.
19.
All right.
And 5, which is a nat 1, by the way.
Yeah, you look around. You can definitely tell this crate is sealed by magical means. At least that's what you told yourself, because you can't pry it open. So that's the only explanation. With your strength, everything should be open. It's like, yeah.
I yelled to yours. I'm like, watch out for those spikes. I need your hand down here.
Yeah. All right. Yours is still rummaging through other crates, totally ignoring what you just said.
I'm like, they have to keep the good shit behind the traps.
Huh?
Oh, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So how can I get down there whilst avoiding the spikes?
Well, you can make a athletics check.
To
You
jump
should
over?
have,
Yeah.
You should have advantage because I've told them to watch over them. Like, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's not a
Is
surprise.
it like a pressure
Yeah.
triggered?
Yeah. So as you walk,
So I could do a running jump over it.
you can definitely try that. Like I said, athletics check. Well, athletics or acrobatics, your pick. Athletics
Well,
or
I
acrobatics.
Default jumping distance of like a few squares, so I think I can just jump over the trap, right?
Like I said, yeah. Roll for athletics or acrobatics.
The
Alright.
thing is rolling.
Yeah, what is wrong with you today? All right.
You should have advantage. It's there. It's there.
Yeah. All right. I would say you have advantage. So you almost fumble yourself and almost step onto the spike before you leap, but you recall what Viking just said and then leap over it. Yeah.
I was like, no, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you land it on the other side.
All right,
Alright.
sure.
All right.
So what's this you're looking at here, huh? Okay, let me just open this.
Yeah.
You do
Help me
understand?
open this.
Okay, let's work together then. Huh?
Holy shit. That was just thunder and scared the crap out of me.
Oh my god. Oh,
It's still rumbling. Holy
oh
crap.
man. That's
Thunder
hilarious.
buddies.
Yeah.
All right.
Thunder bodies.
Thunder buddies. Sing the thunder songs. Sing it.
Pray for your
Was it something
electricity.
like "Go fuck yourself,
Yeah,
Thunder"? Wasn't that like,
Yeah.
Fuck yourself,
Oh my
Thunder.
god. Ted was like, amazing. The movie was amazing. Fuck you,
Uh,
Thunder. You can't imagine.
I'm gonna help, but I need
Yeah.
to grab. Just in case I'm grabbing a candle and a lighter. For the,
yeah. For the sake
Good
of
idea.
yeah. For the sake
some
of role
incense
playing,
and,
grab a candle. Yes. So
Should
yours.
set the mood.
Yours.
Yeah.
You are currently seeing what Viking just saw. Iron sealed gate. Crate. Sorry. What is happening with my pronunciation? Iron sealed crate. Like on the rim of it is like ruins carved into the side, like the one you just saw before. On the opposite side of room. What is interesting is that these two looks identical, like down
saw
to the
a door
smallest detail.
just like this
Yes.
in the other room. I couldn't open it by myself, but maybe if we work together to brute force it. I'm not sure how we open this though. Wait a sec. Do I recognize these runes?
You do. Well, you know what?
Intricate.
Roll me intelligence check, just plain intelligence check to see what you could think of. It'll be fairly easy because you just saw it. Yeah, you definitely recall that it's the one you saw on the door you can't open.
Yeah, but do I know what it would mean?
Well,
Like, can I read them?
that will be an Arcana check.
Okay.
Nope. You have absolutely zero clue of what it might mean. Yep.
It's pretty mysterious.
You also have zero clue what it might mean.
I think we need to bash it open.
Yeah.
Well, let's break this thing open together.
All right.
So how strong are you?
I am a +6. Oh wait, no, +4.
Okay, so I'll help you then.
All right. So with advantage, that will be a natural 20.
Oh, you mean with athletics, or do you mean?
No, strength.
I just
pure,
did straight
Yeah, he
strength.
just did pure strength check. Yeah.
Okay.
So, with yours help, Viking, you feel this high resistance continuously, like crushing down on your fist, but on your palms while you try to lift it. But with both of your combined strength, you like kind of push it open. Yeah, when you pushed it open.
I fucking hate this place. Yeah.
Yeah, with the strength.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, when you pushed it open, you see, you heard the same crank, like a iron bent crank on the other side of the room you were originally in, and then you heard this flushing sound, like something is going down into the sewers, like water is being drained down to the sewers. Viking and yours adventures, dead in nowhere. No, no, just kidding. All right, so as you lift it open, there's nothing inside. The entirety of the crate is empty. However, the ruins that's carved on the rim, like I said, of the crate, is now like shining in like bright colors, like emitting light into this place.
Yeah, this is some magic shit right here.
Yeah.
It won't let us open the crate, like what's really inside the crate.
So you guys heard
hate
the
this
sound
place.
of the water being flushed down the drain is coming from here.
All right. Well, this room's about to be flooded, isn't it? This crate was a fucking trap, wasn't it?
You wait for a second or two after you said that. No imminent flood coming your way.
Oh.
If it's a trap, it's a poorly designed trap because it provides you plenty of time to escape.
Well, we triggered something. What do we do?
Go smash these other crates just to make sure we're thorough.
All right.
I have no problem with this place flooding.
All right, so you smash through other crates.
Everything.
All right, the table is just tables on the side. You do see.
Especially if there's any beds, I'm like, fucking
Oh no, there's no bed. They're just tables.
I know.
But you do see another statue of Tiamat on the far end of here, and it's covered in blood.
Oh, can I pick it up?
You can try.
How big is it? How heavy?
It's like
Is it
the
like
size of
tangible
your
or-
shield. It's like a really big statue.
Ooh, the size of my I reckon that's like carryable.
Yeah,
want
true.
to
It
turn
is
Viking
carryable.
into,
It's
like-
just, I mean, because it's not like a well balanced. It's like it depicts the 5-headed dragon queen, so it's not something you would easily find a handle to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll-
I'm just saying that.
But could I like throw it?
As
I'll
you,
come over and help you move it though.
Yeah, as you
I'm like,
try
I
to lift it
We'll
up.
use it to hide or cover up the spikes.
Oh,
So we can
I
get out
was
of here.
I was thinking it could be like I was gonna throw it to you like baseball, and you were gonna bat it across.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, pitch or catch.
So,
You know?
As you try to lift it up, you see a staircase leading forward into the darkness.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you lift it up first, or do you? It's up to you.
oh, so I can choose if it goes up or down.
No. It's just you see the stairs going downwards.
Oh, they go down. Did
um,
we get those other people? Nah.
Well, sorry, my mistake. You see the stair going upwards. It's like leading
go
up.
up.
Sorry, my bad. Leading upwards. Yes.
Would there happen to be a door with the runes on it?
You mean at the end of it?
Yes.
You haven't go there. You can try to see. Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, you walk to the far end of it. There is no ruins. In fact, you see this.
Ooh, red carpet.
No, it's not a red carpet.
It's not red carpet.
after the trap thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a moment to think, I would have used the stone
Mm-hmm.
eye primordial
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Watch out! There's spike traps." And I
Talking to the
described
others? Okay.
I think Tully has the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's a room full of crates, and then it leads to another room with like no gates or anything. There's spikes there, so make sure we send the one you don't like
an
the most
item
first.
on top of the spike traps to indicate like, oh, there will be this
Spikes.
item
Yes.
on the spike traps.
All right. So, from what you can see.
Oh, wait. I'll go over here and I put the dwarven head on the spike trap.
All right.
The bag of holding.
Yeah,
Like,
I would just
the
say
one with the
you
spike
spike
marker.
it. You spike it
Ugh.
onto the spike trap. How's that? You.
Sure.
All right. So yours. You're now currently looking at a pool of blood, like a gigantic pool of blood. In the center of it, there's a skeleton, like you just saw, on the rotating platform. The cranking sound of iron, you assume, is coming from the rotating platform because through the partial of the blood, you can see chains underneath them.
Is the blood draining?
Instead of draining, you heard like I said, you heard something being flushed down. It feels like it opens up something, and the blood just keeps on pouring in.
Oh, so the blood is being flushed down into this room.
Yes. From a source probably around the corner, right here. You just don't know where it came from.
The fuck? Do you
I
get
go up the
this
stairs
much
after him
blood?
eventually.
And I'll relay everything Viking said to the base team and to the bishop as well. Do we want to go check that out first, or someone will at least be?
I go up the stairs, and I'm still holding the stone. I'm like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere! It's
Oh my god, there's blood everywhere!
Oh my god!
All right.
Oh wait, no, we just found a blood fountain. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No,
it just-
no, wait! You found a what?
I've already put the bag. I've already put it away.
All right. You cut the feed real fast. All right. So the bishop heard the blood fountain and was like, all right. There's no point in checking There's no point in. Well, would you like to?
It's entirely up to you. I don't know if it's important.
No. I mean, I'm talking to yours right now because he was like, boop. He wants to leap over. I was like, would you like to?
I'm waiting for.
I would
Yes,
definitely allow you to do it. Like, if you wanted to. If you can see my face right now. Please
before
do
I'm
it.
like, wait. I have a theory about leashes, and I like pull out my rope, and I'm like, if you're gonna try and do something crazy, let me get a leash first.
I didn't know you were into that.
We are in a sex dungeon.
Man. You guys are so dark. You sure you're not from the DC universe? No, just kidding. All right, getting back to the bishop right now. The bishop just looks at you guys and says, "Gather the group. We're in deep trouble. We are in deep trouble. There's no need on checking the statue because they desecrated this place. We need to find the source and purge it. Otherwise, there's no use." And then you guys feel like a small sense of losing gravity at this point. It might be a slight moment, but it feels like you guys are partially afloat. It's kind of like the feeling, well, in real life, like description, it's like the feeling when you are riding an elevator and like riding down. Sometimes if it's fast enough, you'll feel like a sense of floatiness. Yes.
Weightless.
I'm just gonna look at Alethea and just be like, is it just me, or did the city just drop a little bit?
I think I feel the same. And then Lauren, the bishop, just kind of looks at you guys and says, "The city is dropping, no doubt. We have
that's really bad.
about half an hour to solve this,
Great.
to purge the problem, or else everyone dies." Yep. Viking, you and yours also feel the sense of floatiness. You have no clue what is happening. Do you wish to jump to the fountain? Well, to jump to the skeleton.
With the floatiness.
Could I do a religion check? And I'm like,
You could.
this is on a good scale of like the fucked up scale, but like, does it relate to anything that I would recognize as a religious
You would.
debacle?
You would. Definitely.
16.
You don't even need to check to notice that the skeleton is in fact Merkel's symbol.
Oh fuck! I'm like that. That is probably gonna be a bad thing. Like,
What's wrong?
I'm like yours. You go first.
Yes.
First. What
Yes.
do you want me to do? There's a
No,
fucking room
that
of
is a
blood
good
for
thing. You rephrase. Your phrase is wrong. Your phrasing is wrong. It's definitely a blessing in disguise.
Are you saying to jump headfirst into this room of blood?
Yeah. To jump or not to jump? What a decision.
I'm gonna tie you off. Okay.
Right. I got you.
You should put all your nice things in a bag first and leave it here, and then jump. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure this is a great plan.
This is a plan, nonetheless.
What could go wrong?
You don't want to go first? We could test things. Hold on a sec. I'll pull out like an apple from my bag and like dip it into the blood and see if it like dissolves.
Well,
or
it's like 20 feet underneath. The blood is definitely filling up this place looks like a pool. It's definitely filling up, but it's not high enough to reach you. Do you drop?
So we're like at the edge of the pool at the stairs?
Yeah, you are like the high edge of the pool. Imagine this as a stair, and you're looking down at the swimming pool. But a swimming pool, the water is like really low at this point. So even if you bend, you can't touch the apple with it unless you drop the apple.
Could I make it that platform also divine sense?
When I see like Merkel's symbol, I'm like, ooh, fuck.
Yeah. So divine sense is for what?
Celestials, fiends, or
No.
undead
I
within.
mean, yours. What is he trying to detect?
Oh no, I mean
That's me.
Vikings.
Oh, okay.
That's me. I cast it.
Okay.
As soon as I see Merkel, I'm like, oh fuck.
All right.
As soon as I see a fucking blood room, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So, with that Viking, you don't sense any undead. That's the interesting part. You don't sense any celestial nor fiend. There's none such thing nearby.
That skeleton in the middle, is it just the skull? Like it looks just like it does in the map, right? Just a big
It's a
skull.
gigantic iron forged skull.
I'm like, Core's gonna fucking kill me, and I reach into the bag of holding and I grab some fish. One of the fish, and I like drop a pound of fish like into the blood, and I'm like, did it dissolve?
Yeah, the moment it touches the blood, it just dissolves into a pool of water.
Well, that doesn't look good.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That it's been healed.
What?
And I'm just like totally like lying through my teeth. You don't even need to check that.
The fish is back in the water. Yes.
Like, I do not want to sleep with the fishes.
All right. So as the shenanigan is going on
the other side of the room.
What?
Is there any point in like trying to cross this room?
I don't know. You tell me. Like,
well, I want to investigate. Is there something in there?
There is a doorway on the other side.
Yeah, but with all the blood, we can't open that doorway.
True.
What about it occurs around this point?
Because of the angle, you can't really see beyond that. That's just a natural problem with, the structure. Even if you stand at where yours is standing, you can't see the far end of this side. It's just probably a tunnel leading forward.
I looked at you, I'm like,
Alright, shenanigans continue as we're back to, Rivani and the others. What are they doing when the others feels afloat and shit?
I remember, I can fucking fly. What am I doing?
Are we still floating, or did it
the
stop?
Sensation of losing gravity kind of come to a stop, like just a few seconds later. But you kind of get this feeling like the under part is the whole structure is like kind of shaking a little bit, just slight bit of tremor. Yeah.
That's sort of like, oh crap! That didn't feel good at all. That really didn't feel good at all.
All right. Bree was like, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think the place is falling down. Frederick looks equally scared as like, oh shit, oh please. Now, I've been working all my life not to die like this. It's like, I should be died by the blade, or even better, die by a bed. Well, when with lovely ladies, but definitely not this. And he just continues like rambling something you guys don't understand. It's like, yeah, in gnomish, yeah. And Father Dwayne is the only one getting it together, and is like, so what's the plan?
Well,
what do we do? Should we regroup with the others first?
Well, I guess we might as well regroup with Talia and the others at least.
All right. I guess that's the best option we got currently.
They probably felt they probably felt that weird sensation too. So they probably figured out what was going on as well. So
All right.
uh,
So, you decided to go with your friends, to reunite with your friends, and Cora is gonna join you. And she, as you guys reunite with the bishop and the others, she kind of pushes, like brushes her whisker and just says, "Well, I don't know if that matters, but I get the feeling like something is up ahead. Well, don't get me wrong, I don't want to, interfere with your fight because that's what you guys do. But it just kind of feels like something is weird up ahead. I get the sense of a larger sum of, weaves been pulled together. I don't know what is what, but
Where is he look? Where is Cora looking at?
right up ahead.
Alright. Tali's gonna trust Cora and draw a sword.
Yeah,
Any
Sentinel
objections to my having a
immediately
look?
takes the front.
All right.
all
So,
right.
as you guys are doing that, Lavinia.
Yeah, better keep to the back. Everyone else.
All right.
We're not. This might get a little hairy.
All right. So, there are with the others. Lavinia and Nine are currently searching the other side. So, since they have no clue where you guys are doing, they're just gonna investigate, delving deeper. And Cora was like, well, if you guys want to charge in, totally fine. But shouldn't we wait for, Viking? Because he's the fun guy, and you guys don't seem like that fun.
Viking has found himself a blood fountain. So.
Woo! And you see Cora just suddenly blinking in and out of existence. But for a while, she just kind of gave up and it's like, whew, the barrier's still up. Fuck. And you notice that as Cora is trying to blink in and out of existence, the bishop is kind of looking down at Cora and with a wary and curious look that kind of worries you guys. And then Cora's like, all right, fine, I'll go and find him. And by foot. And you just see she just kind of dash into the other side of the room, kind of move on forward.
Be safe, there's traps.
No traps can stop me. And she just kind of move on forward. All right, yeah. So after Cora's gone, the bishop kind of looks at you guys and says, "Do you know what company you got yourselves into? I mean,
a warlock's old familiar. He's a strange cat, but
yeah, we used to have a walk of us a long time ago, and we kind of lost him, but his familiar kept following us around, so
well, that is a familiar, all right, but it's no one else's pet, and it is something else, I would say. I can't tell the essence of it. It's kind of like a blind spot on your senses. Yeah.
well, she's been trustworthy so far. Kept Viking alive, and then by extension us.
All right. So
Right.
I'm just gonna say this. If I were you, I would keep an eye on that thing because I don't know what that thing is. It is dangerous by nature. So whatever that is. All right. So Cora is gonna move on forward.
Well,
what are you saying?
we'll cross that we'll cross that bridge after we save the city from plummeting to certain doom.
Yeah, we would. Well, let's be on the lookout first. So, switching back to Viking and yours, you notice that on the other side, you heard the cranking sound happening from the door, and then you see the door where yours couldn't open. Well, yours didn't say that, but yours couldn't open it before. It kind of cranks. You see the large boulder, the large iron that's been welded into the boulder kind of got reshaped, distorted, and then crank into a large chunk of, nothingness. And then you see from the gigantic hole comes a cat. She just looks at you guys and says, "Why are you guys so far?"
Oh, hey, Car.
Come on. Get back with the
it's not
group.
my
Something big is coming. I can feel it. I can feel it in my gut. You don't want to miss the fun.
What can you see from over there?
A tunnel leading forward? I mean, that's the best I can see.
Is this room of any consequence, importance?
What do you mean by consequences or importance? I mean, it's the blood to sacrifice to Miracle, so everything falls in it, dissolves into blood. You know, just life and blood and stuff like that.
I just want to say I fucking hate this place. Like, this is the stupid shit that causes me to absolutely hate this place.
Yeah. Cora just looks at yours for a second and says,
Yeah.
It might be interesting if you dip yourself into it. Let's see what will happen.
Huh?
No, I mean seriously. Have a dip. Have a bath. I mean, you bathe in dragon blood once, right?
I mean,
I would trust her with my life. I don't hesitate. Like, she has saved my life on multiple occasions. She is the most trustworthy. I trust her with my life on, yeah.
Oh, in that case, then you should jump in. I'm sure.
No. Viking wouldn't be fun. That would be just boring.
What?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Besides dissolve into a pile of blood. Oops. Nothing. Besides getting awesome powers. Cora just kind of looks at you and just, Come on.
Do you guys think I'm like stupid or something?
No, we're just saying, don't be a chicken. Come on. It'll be fun. And you, Viking, you heard from the mind of Cora says, and you can take his stuff.
I'm like consciously hiding a grin. I'm like, hold on, I need to go get my head.
Fuck it, Geronimo. But okay, so I grab Viking and he's coming down with me, and I'm jumping in, both of us.
Oh my god! No!
Nice. All right. So that's interesting.
It's happening. Oh my god, what's going on?
That is happening. So,
Viking, trust me.
How to kill 40%? Yeah,
It's in my eyes.
That's entirely true. So, yours. As you fall into the pit of the pool of blood, you get this burning sensation coming from in the entirety of your body, and then you start to lose blood. Like all of a sudden, you feel like every possible hole inside you is starting to be drained out of blood this instant.
So I'm not gonna just dive straight into the blood. I'm gonna try to jump towards the
Oh, okay. All right.
platform in the middle at least first. And if
I thought someone said they were gonna dive bomb just directly into it. All right.
Yeah.
You know.
He's coming
Yeah.
along.
All right. Now, so if you guys want
I need my head.
if you guys want to leap towards the rotating platform, roll me an
Oh, it's
athletic-
rotating.
Yes. Roll me an
Oh.
athletics check. All right. Yeah, Viking, you
I'm
as well.
forewarning you. If I
You
fail,
will have
I'm dragging
disadvantage though because he drags
my
you
leash.
along the way.
As well.
11.
Yes.
Bang bang.
All
But-
right.
Grab
So
onto my leash.
yours, you landed safely onto the platform. However, on the other side of your hand, as you drag Viking along with you, Viking, you missed the opportunity of grabbing onto the platform. But yours hand grabs really tight onto you because his athletic check is high enough. So you're now hanging by just his hand. You're now about 10 or 15 feet above the pool of blood, which is
I
now
will
rising.
say.
Yeah.
Holy shit! What the
was a
fuck
nuts
did you just
reason.
do?
You guys are now on the
Don't know the
platform.
bad shit that could happen by me just touching this fucking thing. Like,
I thought we should do this together, right? We're friends, aren't we?
yeah. But
Aw.
this whole thing, he wants
This whole
me as a vessel fucking thing to be his new baby daddy or some fucking thing. And I'm like just gibberish right now. I'm like, fucking goddamn it.
Talking about that makes some sense. Come on.
All right, so Viking, roll me another strength check, just strength to pull yourself up. You'll have advantage because
11 again, no.
yours. No, because yours is
Guts.
helping you. Yes.
Yeah, 19.
You pulled yourself up to over the ledge, and when you are over the ledge, nothing happens. The imaginary feeling that you might get awesome powers or you might get instantly transfer into a different vision, none of that happens. You're safe and sound. The platform just keeps on rotating, and then you heard Cora just kind of like, "You two are dimwits," and then she just kind of like just calling you by the names, and then kind of gently walks off, just like, "Come on, catch up. We got stuff to work on, and some big things to kill. Well, you kill."
Well, Viking, you pushed me, and now we're here. We're both here. So, what the hell's down there?
I want to investigate the idol thing. Is there anything like
the skull
on it? Like, why is it rotating? And
you get the feeling that because your investigation, you can partially see the chain underneath. You think that when you when you force open the crates, it kind of sets off some mechanism that slightly filling the pool. And judging by how low the pool was, you get the feeling that it was filled before, because you can see on the brim of the wall there are blood, like
so it's dropped
smudge.
in level.
Yeah, it's like smudge of blood on top of it. So it indicates it was once high enough to submerge the platform you guys were on. And for some reason it was drained. And now you reactivate it. So the blood is starting to pour in again. But it kind of comes to a halt about 10 feet away from you. The chain is still moving, but the blood is not coming in anymore.
There's a chain?
Yeah, there's a huge, like human-sized chain underneath the platform. You can definitely see that underneath the skull.
Is it what's like holding it up? What?
Yeah, sort of. From the investigation, at least that's what you can tell.
How's it smell here?
Smells like awful, like blood.
Great.
Everything just blood.
Okay.
You puked a little bit. The puke just enters his blood and dissolved into blood. Yeah. It's not a
That is-
comfortable place at all.
Pretty gross.
So what do we see down here?
You
Why are we
see
even here?
the end of tunnels. Like, it just kind of like a sewer pipe. And then leading deep forward. And then it's beyond your sight.
What's this made out of, the platform?
The platform. Roll me another investigation check. All right.
17.
From what you can gather, it's made by bones. It's really weird. It's made by a mixture of bones and something you can't tell. So
Okay.
the skull would indicate something that large in size was killed or slayed, and just anchored onto the platform.
Did you bring a boat in that bag of holding?
Let me check.
All right.
Nope. I left my boat in the other bag.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I've always wanted a bag or a folding boat, by the way.
A foldable.
Just like
Yes.
character-wise.
A foldable would
never
be
know.
nice. Yes.
Oh my god.
All right.
And, like,
so
Purely a landlocked campaign. I want a folding boat.
yeah,
Just for a reason.
it should be properly named foldable.
Yeah.
That's the proper
Hold the
name.
boat.
I'm like, well, okay, we never finished checking those crates down there. Should we go back and work our way around?
So is the platform lower than the stairs?
Well, it is average height. Like
Oh.
the same height as the stairs and the doorway that's on the other side, which is now like crack open in two. So
I
you can
have
easily
no idea
leap
how we
forward.
get the fuck back on that side. This was a bit short-sighted on my part.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Do I have a grappling hook?
If you do, it should be in your bag. But anyway, we're gonna switch back to the other group as you guys are trying to solve your own dilemma. The other group members now currently cuddled together. Well, and then the bishop was like, "All right, it's been long enough, and they haven't responded yet."
I'll pull out the eye from what is Vikeen. Has Cora found you yet? You alright?
Yeah.
I'll respond. I'm like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. It's like
Cora
dissolved.
just like they're all
That-
dead.
Shit just melts in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, he's
We're on a
talking some-
platform. This is like the worst possible thing.
Cora
hold.
returns
I
at this
just
point.
like-
Yeah, lie to your teeth. Cora returned to the group this point and then says, "Don't bother. The new guy's dead. Viking is hanging on to his dear life. That's it. End of story. Now let's move forward."
No, Cora, just give me a second. Vikeen had all my shit. I'm just gonna go get that back. I will be like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Anyone else wanna come with me?
on. Why is everyone so
it-
slow today?
It's important.
Well, I get your petty mortals who love belongings. All right,
So,
fine, just go.
You want to play cards?
On the platform. You two are just playing cards.
Just on the rotating platform, you know, we're like, oh, it's a game.
I'll be there in a minute.
I actually have a gaming set. That's one
Yeah.
of my proficiencies.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Nice.
I just like rocked it.
All right.
fucked
As you guys are gambling, you took every penny yours had. No, just kidding. You own him right now. You're his like owner right now. Yes. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So who is doing what? For Rivani and the others.
I've called for volunteers if anyone wants to come with. Otherwise, I'll head off myself.
All right. The bishop is going like, all right. I'll follow suit.
I have a plan.
You always have a plan.
So I'm fucking MacGyvering the shit out of this, by the way.
All right.
I like start rooting around in the bag
no.
holding.
I'll sort of just call after them as they leave, sort of just saying you better bring that dummy back here.
Okay.
We're gonna need all the manpower we can get.
All right. So all of you guys, yeah, starting to fly over. Well, not fly over. To move over to, yeah. All right. Nice.
I don't need a
it.
grappling
Yeah.
hook.
Yep. I got it.
Hello?
Yep. Nice. We can hear you now. Nice. All right. So, you guys move on forward and follow Cora's lead. Well, at least that's what all seems like. You eventually ended up in the opposite side of the the pool. So,
we're playing strip poker. I'm already naked. So
yeah. Yeah.
You had your gear back, and then I've taken it away.
Mm-hmm.
But Keen, are you sure that's you? Why are you accumulating clothes?
I found a new pastime.
Yeah.
Do I look fancy? Just like
Yeah.
I'm just sort of looking at this sort of floor. I'm just looking at this sort of blood floor, just going like, what the heck is all this? What did you do now?
you know the guy that I
was gonna
kinda-
flutter over.
You know the guy that I used to maybe do things with, you know, and I'm like totally stuttering this way. I'm like, yeah, he has kind of a blood altar here that likes to, yeah.
yeah. I'm not gonna like, this huge skull in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
We're sort of just sitting on it casually, but
Yeah. All looking fine. Why in the 9 is there a blood altar under my city?
I
Why
was
am I
going to ask you
blood
that.
altar?
Why is there a blood altar under your city? Like, what kind of fucked up stuff does your family into?
Yeah.
Well, clearly she doesn't know either. Let's just get you goofballs out of there.
There's a reason we're over here. This blood keeps fluctuating. I think we may have triggered something to reduce the level of it. We might be able to drain it, which could be a good thing all around. This much blood is probably not healthy.
Oh,
Unless it was inside you.
No, you think so?
Could you carry one of us out of here? Oh, how handy.
Oh, right.
I insist on taking your first.
All right. So as you guys are talking, you just feel the sudden rush of warm and bright energy that recovers all the possible wounds you may have, like along your travels. So everyone is cured for 45 hit points. Sorry, that's not 26. 45 hit points. Yes. Everyone in the group. Everyone.
Is that
including you guys too?
Temporary HP?
No, it's not.
Oh, fuck.
It's like cure.
I wanted to break 3 digits. Yeah, like I almost have 150 health. Double my base health.
Yeah. Sentinel, did you get your heals up as well?
Where are we getting healed from?
Oh, the bishop. As you look around, the bishop kind of sees the light in his palm and just says, "Well, that's the least I can do." And
whoa, it made me feel totally so cool.
The pool is gonna be a huge problem.
Hey, Lorenzo. And I know
hi.
that it irritated his like minion when I called him Lorenzo, not Bishop.
Yeah.
So, did you get a chance to, fix Tully's friend there or sister?
What?
Lavinia's fine. She's gone off with 9. They're doing something. I don't know what.
Yep,
Oh,
They're both
okay.
they're both fine, Viking. Let's just
We're
worry
doing
about...
okay over here. I just got all of yours as shit. Like, I'm okay here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
Well, Lorenzo is gonna say, all right. So, if there's
Unlike yours, you
anything
go
else...
across with the mechano thing
Mm-hmm.
first.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
if there's anything else we can do to stop this, do you guys found out what? I heard you guys found this place. Well, do you guys found how to stop this?
When I cross over, I'll land on my feet and be like, okay.
Roll me a athletics check in order to leap forward and not drop
I'm
it.
being fine over.
Yours was carrying him, right?
What?
Or not yours. Sentinel was carrying him. Or
Oh, okay. Sentinel was carrying.
Yeah.
Him. Cool.
And I will just get down and take out my sword and put it against the closest person's neck and be like, how do I know you're not doppelgangers?
And you see your blade starting to heat up as he points a finger onto your blade and says,
I'm like,
move
that
it
one's
or lose
okay.
it.
Yours is Lorenzo's okay. We've seen him do divine magic. I don't think the shapeshifters can do that shit. They're too
Throw
corrupted.
my blade into the pool blood room and then resummon it and ask them.
Oh, you want to throw it into the pool?
For what?
You want to
Well, I can
throw your blade into the pool? All right. You sure?
Yeah, for dramatic effect. Well,
Oh,
I can just
okay.
throw. Yeah, throw it on the ground and resummon it.
You throw it into the pool. That's your word, not mine. You throw it into the pool, right? Double check.
What's it gonna do? I don't see what's happening.
Okay. On the record, this is not my decision to make because you said you throw it into the pool. As you toss your blade into the pool, it kind of submerge into the blood and it slowly sink into the bottom of the pool. As you try to resummon it, there's no response. The link between you, your blade, and you is now severed.
Why?
It was the
Holly's just
Dragon
gonna-
Slayer. Yes.
Lean up and be like, did you just sacrifice your plant
I'm like,
to Myrtle?
like my hand is like, huh? What?
Viking?
There you go.
As yours tosses Dragon Slayer blade into the pool and it's submerged into the pool of blood, you see shining from the skull, partial of the eyes, like one side of the eyes, its pupils starting to flare up.
The fuck did you just do?
It's an
Bad
orange
shit is happening.
fire. Within it, it feels like it's a sword so tiny and encapsulated into the eye of of the skull of the platform. It just continues on burning.
Is it a sword?
Yes, it looks identical to what yours was holding, but it's like a tiny, tiny toy version of the sword.
Oh shit. You just made him very happy, by the way, and I yell across.
Viking, Sentinel, y'all want to come back?
I'm gonna need a minute. Do you guys mind just... I need to have a moment with this fucker.
Oh god. Please don't die.
All All right. First of all, yours. Mark off your sword on your character sheet. And then, Viking, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna whisper to you.
Okay, do it. So yours, you take. Sentinel just walks towards you and hands you over a great axe. Yeah.
I'll just look down and be like, I'll throw it in too.
You sure you want to do that?
What?
You sure you
Yep.
want to do that?
Yeah,
All
out
right.
of pure spite,
Why?
I'm doing it.
My life is.
Oh, you throw. Okay. So first of all, as you guys all
What
watch,
the fuck?
yeah, yeah,
And I'll
Sentinel,
sit down with my hands in my like
yeah.
my head in my hands.
yeah, Sentinel. Roll me a. That will be a dexterity check, just a pure dex check, because you didn't. Yeah. So you definitely catch it in midair as he tried to toss it into the pool. Viking, you drop your pants right in front of everyone's eyes.
That was a whisper to you, just letting you.
Yeah, but you do the action, so everyone will see, right?
Oh, I thought they walked away. A
No,
little bit.
they
I
were
seen
like
everybody
on
shift.
the opposite side. They didn't avoid gaze as you.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, as you
It's awkward
drop
for
your
them to watch me.
pants and
Well,
take
okay,
a
I've got a
dump
little bit-
into the statue's mouth.
I
As
just
soon as the pants, I'm just gonna like grab pretty much anyone that's near me and just like
Yeah, turn around. Aletheia's like, now that's the side I don't need to watch. And Bree was like, what are you guys watching? And because she was in
Just-
halfling form, so she was like trying to see what is happening in
Yeah.
front of you
Yes.
guys.
I have a good hold.
yeah,
on
it's probably best you don't know. And
Alright.
I just sort of put my head on my hands like
Yeah.
what is my life now?
Yeah. As Viking, you took a dump into the mouth of Merkel. For a few seconds, it doesn't do anything. And then you wait and waited. And then you see the burning flame that was burning in one side of Merkel's pupils, the tiny sword. It kind of burns a little bit faster. Yes.
That's an interesting sacrifice you had there. You accepted there, big guy.
Yeah.
If that's all you needed all these years, you should have told me. And I like slap his cheek while I'm getting ready to jump across.
All right. Nothing really happens as you slap his cheek, and nothing really happens.
I know this is like an effigy of him, but it's
Yeah.
pure out of defiance
Yeah.
that I had to spoil it.
All right. So yeah, brings Viking over, and then like a human carrier, just like fly him over to the opposite side and land. So you guys are now safe in the room.
I will get up and what's the name of this guy again? Your god.
Merkel.
Merkel.
Merkel. Let's
Yes.
kill Merkel.
Yeah, that's not the easiest thing to do.
You see, as you guys are talking, the bishop already starting to walk off with a bunch of the others, and he was saying like, as the city is falling down, I really don't have time for all this. So you guys can stay and enjoy yourself while I got a city to save. And they start walking off. Even Bree and
No,
the others as well.
wait for us.
Yeah.
Wait
I need
for us.
to get-
I'm gonna like run after them and
Yep.
I sort of I'm gonna run after them.
Yep. All right. Cora's like, oh, that's so funny. I mean, you pour your essence, especially when you have the link with that bitch. Cora was talking to yours, and she was saying like, especially when you have a link with that bitch, and then you toss your offering into his mouth. How fun is that?
Wait, what bitch?
Oh, yeah, you don't know. Well, the Raven Queen. Aren't you a hexblade of sort? I mean, you signed a deal with her, and then now you bring part of her essence into Merkel's mouth. It's like self-serving buffet. Like you just deliver what Merkel really wants into his mouth.
Hexblades aren't related to the Raven Queen.
If you look into the details,
I thought it was the blade itself.
the blade itself is forged in Raven Queen's realm. Anyway, not all blades are Raven Queen's offering, but this one, in particular, it is.
What?
Just serve it right into his mouth. But anyway, we should get going. Like I said, a huge fight ahead, and well, you guys will die. Well, not probably die. If the city falls, you guys will probably die. Well, I may live, but you know, Viking is a really fun guy. You know, I really want to hang out with him more. So I would hate he would go back to Merkel's realm and stuff like that.
Oh, so
I hate that too.
Forged the first hexblade, but I don't think all hexblades are from the Raven.
Yes, but this one is. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm like sulking now, and you could probably. I'm like, but I left my things in the other room. Like, I need to go get it.
Fine. And you see, like she kind of leaps over, ding, 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 and then she just kind of like reappears on the other side, and then come backwards. It's like all done in a really fast pace that she just grabs all your stuff. It's like, which one is yours? So you just drop all the equipment onto the floor.
No, just the head is mine. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Oh, the head! It's already crushed.
No, I left it there as a marker.
No, it's on the spike. When I move over it, I try to kick it out of the way, so it's crushed.
Oh.
I mean, it's blocking my way.
Yeah, but it has so many uses.
It does, and it was evidence, and this is going to be fun explaining to the guard captain.
Yeah.
Commander Knox is going to have a good day.
Yeah, he's going to have a blast. Especially when there's a gigantic pool of blood underneath the palace. How's that?
There is so much that is going on here. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Let's get off this falling rock.
Yeah.
I'm getting my sword back. Fuck.
You going for a swim?
You're going for a swim? Are you?
你们甚至可以在评论区里看到中国神话和外国神话的故事。
No.
He's roommate, right? I can hear Chinese in the background.
Yeah, that's one of my last things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's
I'm
up to
able
you. I mean,
I'm able to catch up with the other group, right?
Yeah, you are, Riveni. As you decide whether or not you want to leap into the pool, Riveni, you regroup with the others, and they seem determined to move on forward.
I'm basically just sort of rejoining the group, like looking very embarrassed for the rest of my party, and I'm just sort of saying, like, I am so sorry for the rest of my party. I had no idea that stuff was gonna happen, and
well, it's really none of our business on what you guys do. But with the city falling down and everyone's life depends on it, with all due respect, I can't just waste my time on shenanigans. I really don't have the time. Literally.
No, I get you. I wasn't planning on wasting my time either. I wanna help too, any way I can.
Then let's go.
Just say the word.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, sure. I'll retrieve my point.
All right. You try to leap onto the platform or into
And
the
I'll
pool.
go into... Is it on the platform?
No. You see your sword submerge into the pool. Viking, did you
Right.
share the? Well,
I'll go
I would have said,
into...
I'm like, oh my god, why is it in his eye now?
okay.
Like your sword is hidden in his eye. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'll go into...
I looked at Tully and I'm like, how do we know like all these people are not doppelgangers? Like,
I mean,
are you a doppelganger?
you can't fake this kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no need to fake this kind of craziness. So, yours, you leap into the pool, right?
Yeah.
Directly into the pool? All right.
Going to go get it.
You take 10. Let's see.
I look as this happens, but like, this is why we need fucking leashes. And I'm like, and I
All
put
right.
down like,
So the moment you submerge yourself into the pool, you take 10d10 points of necrotic damage, like 60 points of necrotic damage, as the moment you touch yourself into the pool,
Oh my god.
and your body's starting to dissolve. So I'm now gonna count by rounds. Every rounds you stay here, you're gonna take another 10d10.
I'm pulling rope. As soon as like we see him pitch over the edge, I'm just like, oh Jesus.
All right.
Okay. Can I grab my sword?
You look downwards. You try to find your sword. Roll me an investigation check. You don't find your sword. You don't find anything inside besides your gradually dissolving fingers. That would be your action. Then you can use your bonus action to move around to retrieve stuff from your backpack, but that's it. That will be your action. If you move around, you can still move like normally. Well, it's like you don't know how to swim. So I would say you have half of your movement in order to swim.
Is there... I can't find it. Pretty sure don't have anything.
6 seconds.
I'll quicken spell a what is it? Locate object.
Okay. Wait, quicken spell uses your bonus action to cast, right?
Yeah, bonus action.
Yeah.
All right. So you use your sorcery points in order to quicken spell. You locate the object as it's merged. When the locate object says you have the sense of where your object is, you have a sense that this entirety of the pool
is my sword.
Yes. It feels like it's everywhere in the pool, and you can't really pinpoint which part.
Okay. Well, I'm out of stuff to do, I believe.
Do you wish to stay there?
No, I wish to get out.
All right. You grab onto, you grab onto the rope. Tali throw down, and you grab onto it, and you start climbing up. Roll me an athletics check with advantage, because you have a rope and someone helping you. All right. Athletics. So. Yeah, you manage to climb halfway through, and just barely holding on to your life, but you're out of the pool, and that will be the end of your turn. All right, so you're now out of the pool. We don't count initiatives anymore. We don't count rounds anymore, but you're now out of the pool.
Holy shit! What the?
Viking, if you wish to know more, you can roll for a religious check to see what the settings are about. You get
16.
a feeling like it's really similar to rituals you had before, but not on this scale. Like you were once with your order, the Doomsday Patrol, and they were you tend to perform sacrifices and pour their blood into a pool in order for an offering to Merkel. So anything that's submerged with the blood is going to be an offering to Merkel directly. So that includes yourself, that includes blood itself, that includes items, that includes everything. So yeah.
Dude, your stuff is gone. Like it's on. You know, I'm like whatever plane Merkel was on.
Yeah,
I'm like
it's
his now.
Yeah.
Like the only way you're getting that back is if
you break into his realm, steal it, or you break into his realm and kill him and then retrieve it. No other option to go.
And just FYI, he's the god of death. So that's probably not going to be an easy thing to accomplish.
Very well. I'll have to get back later then. Like, I'm dying as I say this.
Alright. So
I will get my plate.
Yeah. Moving back to the group, Rainy, you are still talking to them, but they are already moving forward.
Still.
With
Just
you,
like-
with you still following them, and they were like, "I'm sorry."
Just like-
Go ahead. What were you trying to say?
Yeah, just apologizing for everyone.
Yeah,
For
they were
everyone
like,
else and-
they were like understanding, but they were genuinely showing that we really don't have time for this. And especially the last part where, you know, Viking take a dump is probably the last straw of them for them.
Right. We don't have time. The faster we get through this, the faster I can go fucking kill Merkel.
So, Ravani, you have no choice but to follow them forward. And on the brim...
I was gonna follow them anyway, so
okay.
So I'm fine with that.
Okay. So on the brim, well, sorry, I'm gonna open this up. On the brim of the side, you see two other. Well, one is the crystal, the blood crystal, like the one you saw before. The other one is a small, like a kind of a ruin carved onto the ground. It doesn't shows anything, but it's like something is empty right in there. It's been emptied up, per se. And as you move on forward, you see within the shadows there are. It seems the shadows has taken life, as the shadows are kind of swirling around and kind of blocking the entirety of the area. And then, for you and the other one that are with you, you heard this chanting, like the one you heard before, like the one the cultist gave out, but not the exact same of the rhythm. The rhythm is kind of in a different pacing, and mostly you heard an old voice kind of repeatedly chanting the word of a black prince. And yes, the voice continues on saying, "Rise, my lord, as you shall claim this realm. This domain will be yours. Rise, my black prince, rise." Yeah. And you heard, then you heard this muscle tensing sound. It's like every piece of your bones being stretched, like kind of like something being regrowth, something in a rapid pace that you would feel like it's been etched out, and you would feel the muscles being grown out of parts, and that's all the weird sound and creepy sound you heard from within the shadow.
I'm going. Yeah, I think we found what we're looking for.
Yeah.
What's the plan of attack, guys?
The plan of the attack? First, let's cleanse this light, and let's cleanse this place with light. And you see the bishop kind of release a ball, like a gigantic ball of light from his staff, and just toss it directly into the shadows. And it kind of breaks partially of the shadows, but then as it turns out, there are two shadowy figures kind of dash out from it. They avoid the light. Yeah, they avoided it and managed to dodge out of the way. And then you see shadow warriors, the one you saw earlier before, the one
these guys again.
Yeah, Alethea said were controlled by her family. Apparently now they're having a different, owner, per se. I would like you guys that are currently here to roll for initiative.
Alright. Let's do this.
Yeah. Initiative.
13.
Nice. 13, not bad. For... I would just write 9. No, sorry. Custom item. 9 would have a 6. That's really bad. Yep, 6. Plus 4, so 10. Alright, Bree would have a 15. Plus 4. Nice. Oh, sorry, not 19. 19. And like Frederick, Fred, just Fred, will have 12, and then Tobias Dwayne, TB, will have oh, he rolled a 1, so that will be a 5. Alright, so Father Dwayne, oh no, Bishop, Lee Bishop will have also a 7. Alright, so Lavinia, and then she will have 19, not bad. Alright, so you guys are on the front line, and wait, where's Alethea?
Okay.
Let me check. I don't see her anywhere on the map. Alethea's token's gone. Weird. Oh, she's here. Alright. I'll be right back for a sec, because I need to place this together. Will be 8. Descending. Hold on, I'll be right back for a sec.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm telling you in a whisper, Cat.
Guess I'll go refill my water in the meantime. I'll be right back too, actually.
Hello? Hello? Can you guys actually hear me?
Yep.
Oh, damn, okay. What the heck? My mic's been muted for like the longest time then. I mean, Sentinel's just a Warforged, guys. He just follows your commands.
Okay.
If you told me to jump into the pool, Sentinel's not stupid. We'll find you another Dragon Slayer sword, don't worry.
Alright. Back. Alright. So, everyone's got their initiative. Now will be Bree's turn. Bree is gonna bring out her, like mirror-like, mirror's edge and mirror-like shield, and it's gonna try to toss it. That would be a hit. As you see, the ricochet of the shield kind of hits on one of the shadow over here, and reflecting. Hold on, I'm gonna put on a light beam over here, just to indicate that it might be Lorenzo's. I'm gonna use the ruin as a token. So it is emitting light of a 30-foot radius. Be a green light. Should be a green light. Yellow light. The other part of the light, it seems like it's been fighting against the shadow. It doesn't penetrate the shadow though, which is the weird part, and that would be a hit. So as it like reflects the light onto the shadow warriors, the shadow warrior seems to have taken more damage than it should have, and with one hit, this one just kind of dispersed into ashes. However, as it was dispersed into ashes, sorry, hold on, shadow warrior, sorry, SW, and I think they got a 4. Yeah. As they were dispersed into ashes, you see the ashes just kind of got sucked back right into the shadows. And that's it. That will be the end of Bree's turn. Well, no. Bree, yeah. Yeah, that will be end of Bree's turn. She's gonna lean backwards, and she's gonna use, well, inspirational words onto Ravani actually, and she says, like, I know you can do it. You guys are going to be heroes in great stories, and I trust you. And you take 1d10 of inspiration.
We won't let you down.
Yeah. So I will mark you with inspirational speech added on top of you. So what will be good? This one. No, the flag. You are inspired. So you can use 1d10 of inspiration dice. That'll be the end of Bree's turn. And now will be Lavinia's turn. Lavinia is gonna hold on to, well, the short sword she just got from the bodies of the, well, cultists. And she doesn't really have the time to find her old gears, but you can tell that she's content with what she have right now. As she's move forward, try to plunge the sword. It's a crit. So she plunged the sword right into the shadow figures, and it dispersed into a pile of ash as well. And she was like, that is not that hard. I would expect more of a fight. The shadow image just kind of dispersed into ashes and got sucked back into the shadow also again. And she's gonna use her bonus action to hide. And then the others are gonna move around and just like 9 is gonna ask the bishop and says, "Can you light up the place even more?" I can't see what is happening inside. And yeah, he's also holding a short sword on the side, and he's like patiently holding his round in order for anyone to show up. So as 9 end his turn. Well, sorry, Lavinia, and then Ravani, it's your turn. My bad. Lavinia, and then I mistaken that as you. Lavinia and you, Ravani. What would you like to do when Lavinia finish the shadow figure?
Okay, so how would I be able to walk up to here without sort of running into the shadows, or?
No, because currently the range you can see like that is covered in shadow is the entirety of this area.
Wait, so
it's just here.
So
when you move in here, you can't even like the shadow is still looming in this part, so you can't really see what is going on inside, even with the light.
Okay.
Because apparently you can roll for an Arcana check to see what spell the bishop used.
Let's see.
No. Some sort of light spell. But even that can't penetrate the darkness.
Okay.
What would you like to
do? Which one of us has that dog figurine we found a while back, by the way?
That will be Tully.
Right, okay. Okay, I'm actually going to sort of move forward a bit. And I'm actually going to try and sort of fire a lightning bolt down the tunnel to see if that, mostly to see if I can sort of hit anything that's sort of hiding in that darkness over there.
Okay. So lightning bolt, nice. Roll me the damage first.
Oh, 1 second. Right, okay. Yes, okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna use my last remaining fertile spell slot to do that.
Alright, do it. So with that, you break the darkness just a tiny bit as the light arcane energy of your lightning bolt just crackling inside. And the enemies inside definitely doesn't count this coming, as they all failed their saving throws, and you heard like dispersing sound of the shadow figures being, well, cracked and like reduced to ashes. But you also heard it was hitting on some kind of responsive human, because you heard a voice yelling, "They're here! Ready your attacks! Don't let them walk through our defenses."
And I'm gonna move back a little bit, and sort of just shout to the others like, everyone, focus fire on where the heavy darkness is. They're definitely in there.
Alright, that'll be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Before we end that, roll a 1d20. I did it wrong, so I'm gonna redeem that myself. I believe it's a 1, right? If you roll
16.
a 1, yeah. If you roll a 1, then wild magic. But no, yeah.
Right.
So you're fine right now. Now it'll be Frederick's turn. Frederick is gonna try to move in closer to get a better look, which he can. As he's trying to move in closer, another shadow figure emerge from the veil of darkness and try to stab him. So he will have disadvantage. He will have advantage on hitting him. So yeah, like its blade kind of sinks in well to Frederick's shoulder blade, and it's kind like Frederick's shoulder. Sorry, not shoulder blade. Frederick's shoulder, on the side, and dealing some severe damage to him. Yep. And he was like, ah. And now that the shadow figure is wide and open, Frederick is gonna try to attack. Unfortunately, due to the pain, it kind of misses the shadow figure. Alright, so he's gonna use his bonus action to disengage as the shadow figure is right in front of him. So you disengage and then dart back with Lavinia. That'll be the end of his turn. Now it'll be Nine's turn. Nine is gonna try to move in. He's not really great at short swords, as you guys fought with him once before. Well, a few times before, but he's trying to manage that. And well, that all hits. So 2 attacks, both of them hits, as the blade just kind of cuts through the shadow figures like nothing. However, this time it's not
awesome.
Well, yeah, this time the shadow figure is like reduced into ash, but re-emerge on the side. It's like as if they're like growing in numbers. This one gone, but the other one comes out from the other side. Just the more you cut down, the more they re-emerge. And 9 is gonna like, watch out, they spawn in numbers. And that will be the end of his turn. Alethea, also not having her weapons, is gonna try to reach. Well, she did grab a crossbow. She's not really good at, so she's gonna try to hit it. Yep, that's a miss. So the bolt kind of swoop, went into the darkness as the shadow figure kind of dodged the bolt. She's gonna, mother, if I would only have my bows, my bow. And she just kind of moved back into the tunnel, and that will be the end of her turn. Now will be the bishop's turn. The bishop is gonna try to move forward and try to cast. What can he do? Alright, he's gonna cast Bless. So first he's gonna bless, well, definitely, let's see, bless, definitely 9, definitely, Riveni. Riveni, your float and I believe, well, your levitation probably ended by now.
Yeah.
And
probably, yeah.
You definitely get in, well, blessed, so you have a 1d4 in case you need something. And the bishop is gonna have a 1d4 on himself as well. And inspiration. Alright, Bree, 1, 2, 3. No, actually, him. He's gonna cast it on our Father Dwayne. Sorry, TD, not TD. But anyway, yeah, so he is gonna do that, and that will be the end of his turn because no one else was hurt yet. He's not gonna do anything else. So he's gonna move over here. Sorry. Father Dwayne is gonna try to move in and swoop in on. He's gonna try to swoop in and attack the shadow figures. He's gonna move in, try to attack. Definitely fails first time, but second time hits, and the shadow figure kind of takes more damage and then disperse into ashes, but more of them just keeps on coming back. That will be the end of their turn. So Father Dwayne is gonna move a little bit further away, and then that will be the shadow figure's turn, as they are now trying to find a proper spot to attack. Alright, so that'll be the end of his turn. So 2 attacks made by the shadow figure that re-emerge from the shadows, and he takes some damage as he was trying to dodge out of it, and that will be the end of their turn. Alright. So this one appears to the side and move to the side. This one also appears in the shadow, starting to attack, and then that would be it for now. Place this one, yeah. All right. So as they fought, as more shadows coming out of the darkness, I would say this would be a good time to pause our session, because it's like you guys haven't joined, the rest of the party haven't joined the fight yet, and yeah, the dangers are up ahead. So to you guys next week. All right.
We're really getting into it now.
Yeah, you're finally in a fight.
And I'm probably going to be out next week, so someone's going to have to Jaeger Tali.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, cool. That would be nice. So yeah, just if anyone else is gonna go on vacation as well, then we will pause our session, because losing 2 members will be like, yeah, not good to catch up. But if it's only Tali, we will resume our session next week. Alright. Have fun.
I don't have anything going on next Saturday, so you don't have to worry about me.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry. If you guys have anything else going on, just during the week, just tell me in the session. Well, in Discord, then we'll know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll put a message in the Discord as a reminder.
Yeah. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
Thanks as always
wait,
for the session, Robin.
Yeah.
I think I'm traveling back to China next week. So
Oh, okay. Then
probably
we will
won't.
have a break next week if
So-
you are traveling back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally fine.
All right.
Yeah.
No
I
problem.
have a game.
Yeah.
So. See you.
So in that case, we'll just say we pause our session next week. Yeah. All right. Until then, see you guys. Bye.
All right then.
Well-
Thanks again for the session. It was fun.
Yeah.